Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Catherine the Needleberry Stitcher and I'm back with another update. If I sound a little weird, I apologize. I'm just getting over the dreaded COVID. It's my first time getting it. Got it a couple of weeks ago and still coughing, kind of have low energy, but it's all good. I'm on the mend, much better than I was a week ago. So I'm not going to complain. I'm so happy that, kind of through the worst of it, it's all good. So for those of you who have had it, I'm feeling it. I understand how it can be. I didn't really know. You don't know till you have it really how it's going to affect you. I know my husband had it, my daughter had it. They're both over it. And my husband had very minor symptoms, a little bit of coughing, a little bit of congestion. I'm still congested and it's been almost a full 2 weeks. So kind of crazy how different people have different responses to it. So hopefully all of you are well. Hope you're coming into the November, December holiday season and feeling happy and merry and joyful. That's how I'm feeling right now. I love this time of year. So I'm going to start the video today with showing you my progress for, I guess, most of October. I know I did an update partway through October, so you saw where I was then, but I'll show you what I've done since that last update video. And then I've got some new floss tubers. Well, not new, they're not new. Some of them have been around, but they're floss tubers that I've been watching. A couple of them are newer. And I've got a giveaway winner to announce a little bit later. And I also have a few small purchases that I thought, oh, I'll show you what I've been adding to my collection. So let's go ahead, get started. I'm just jumping right into it. I don't have any particular life updates. Other than COVID, it's been my life since the last video, so I don't really have too much else to talk about. But after my last video, I talked to you about not being really much of a Halloween stitcher, but I did pull out one design that I have. It's a Heaven and Earth design, and it's called Witch on Broom. The artwork is by Vincent Fleming. And I started this one last year, and I only had a page done last year. And then I thought, well, I'm going to pull it out and see if I can get another page finish on it this year. I didn't quite get a full page finish. I'll see if I can pop a picture in here of what it looked like the last time that I showed you. And then I'll show you where I got to. So let's see if I can get this open. Sorry, it's a large piece of fabric. This is where I got to. So I had this first page is the one that I had done from last year. And then this is the second page that I was working on. So didn't get it finished. I worked on it for a couple of weeks. And then that was also around the time that I was starting to get sick. So I just didn't get as much done on it as I wanted to. But I'm going to put it away. I don't think I'll pick it up again maybe until next year. I might make it an annual project that I work on. And I realized by doing that I'll probably never get it done. But I think for me, a lot of it is just the process of working on it. I enjoy. It's a lot of background stitching in that one, a lot of blues, and it seems like blue backgrounds are my lot in life. That's the same color background as my Beauty and the Beast. So, and I haven't worked on my Beauty and the Beast actually since my last video. After my last video, I was watching a floss tuber. I'm going to mention her now instead of waiting because I actually made some notes. Imagine, I got like a phone here with some notes on it. Erin from Stitches and Clicks. She's fairly new. She has a few videos out, but she, in her video, was working on Teresa Wentzler's Noah's Ark. Sorry, phone's ringing. That never happens. Why does that happen? So she was working on Teresa Wentzler's Noah's Ark, and I had just gone through in my last video my Teresa Wentzler collection and showed you that was one that I had already started. I started it many years ago, like back in 2005, no, it was before that. I don't know, early 2000s, probably 2002, 2001, I don't know. Early 2000s is when I started it. But after watching her working on hers, and it was so funny because she started the alphabet. And that's exactly what I had started when I started mine, was the alphabet. So we were really coming along at the same, to the same part of the chart that we were working on. And so I was like, hey, I see that you're working on that. We should be Noah's Ark stitching buddies. So I ended up keeping it out and I worked on it. So I'll show you the design. Teresa Wentzler's Noah's Ark. This is what it looks like. And I'm not a big sampler person either, but for some reason this one, I really liked it. I like all the little animals. This is all stitched two strands over two on even weave, and then each of these blocks of animals is all stitched 1 over 1. So what I decided to do, and this is when I got sick, I was like, I need something that's kind of easy stitching. So what I did was I finished the alphabet. I should show you where I was before. I'll put a picture in here of where I was before. And then this is where I got to. So I finished the alphabet, and then I did the specialty stitches here, if you can see them right along here. That was so fun. I've not done a whole lot of specialty stitches before, but these are really, really fun. Like over here, and I'm not going to remember the names of all of these different stitches, but really fun doing this band. And then I did these 2 blocks here, the brown. So this is, one's going to be where you put your initials and one's going to be where you put the year. So I'm not going to fill those in until later. And then the Roman numeral alphabet. There's actually more stitching in this area, but I decided to wait because I think it's lazy daisy stitches, which I haven't really done too much, and I wasn't feeling up to learning something new. So I worked my way to the outer blocks and just did some easy border straight stitching while I wasn't feeling very well. So I'm really happy about the progress that I made on this one. I didn't really expect to have the interest to continue working on it as long as I did. But again, working on blue, it's been a blue month. So that's my progress on Noah's Ark. And then I decided to put that one away, and I pulled out my Stitch an Inch fall pattern. I should pull it out of the bag. I don't want to put too much glare. That's this one. And it's a computer mock-up, so it's not really what it's going to look like when it's finished, but it actually looks so much better stitched rather than the computer-generated mock-up. So you can stitch it all as 1 row across, and this is by the Bay Needle Arts, by the way. You can stitch it 7 blocks as 1 long seam, or you can stitch individual blocks as 7 small finishes, and I'm doing it as 1 long piece all the way across. And I did another, I'll put a picture in where I was before. I had only finished 1 block back in October, or not October, end of September into the first weekend of October. That was right after I had gotten the pattern at Needlework Galleria in St. Charles, Missouri. So I finished that first block last month, and then this month I did a block and a half. And that's what it's looking like now. So I got the sailboat done, I got the lighthouse done, and another tree. And that little blob right there, it's supposed to be a sheep. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if it'll focus very well, but it's supposed to be a sheep. I think it looks funny, but as long as I know it's a sheep, that's fine. It's cute. That's the thing with stitching 1 over 1. It's hard to get that much detail in something that small. So that is what I worked on since the last time I saw you guys. It's not a ton. I mean, I think the Teresa Wentzler is coming along really nice, and I did do more than half a page on Witch on Broom, full coverage, so I think it's a good amount of stitching. So that's October, and this is an October wrap-up, so I've already done some stitching in November. I'm not going to get into too much of my November stitching yet. I'll focus on that for my November wrap-up. What I do want to talk about is Brian from Blitz Stitch has released a new app for Apple that he himself built, which is amazing. That he he actually sat down and learned how to create or how to build an Apple app. And it's called Cross Stitch Journal. It's out in the Apple Store right now. There's only an Apple version. There isn't one for Android. I think he's said if there's enough interest, he might take some time and learn how to build an Android app to make a comparable version for Android. I don't think he said that would be anytime soon because he'd have to learn how to do it. But if for those of you who have Apple devices, it's fantastic. I downloaded it after watching his tutorial video. I have started putting my projects into it. You get 3 projects that you can enter into the app for free. You don't have to pay for the app if you only are tracking like up to 3 projects. If you want to track more than 3 projects, then he has a one-time charge. And I gladly was willing to do a one-time charge. It was very minimal. I really wasn't, I would have expected more for an app like that. So I've already started putting my projects in. It has all of his amazing charts and graphs. Those of you who have followed him or have used his spreadsheets or seen him present his spreadsheets, it's all of that amazing goodness in an Apple app. It's tracking project start and finish, project phase. Maybe you have a pattern that's on your wish list that you haven't bought yet. There's a wish list status. Then when you progress it through different phases of a project. So you're starting out, oh, this is a pattern on my wish list, and then you move it through. Maybe you've bought the pattern, you move it to the next phase, and then the next phase after that is I have everything to start it, ready to start, and then once you've started it, you move it to the started status. And if you put it on hold, put it in timeout, or just want to take a break from it, you put it on pause, and then there's finished. So I mean, it's just like a project, like any kind of a project where it moves through different phases of the project life cycle. And I love that because I'm in like technical IT world, and like everything that I work on typically works through those types of phases where you have projects that work through phases. You capture different metrics. So in this case, you're capturing, you can do stitches, you can do hours worked or time worked. There's a timer feature. You can just like swipe on your project that you want to work on. You just like kind of move it. You use a little finger thing and you swipe sideways, and there's a little timer you can start. And then when you're done, you just do the same thing and you stop the timer. It captures how long you've been working on it for your session. And at that point, it pops up a screen where you can put the number of stitches that you've done if you want to do that. It does, what else does it do? I mean, and then you can look at all your graphs. You can see for a day, a week, a month, or the whole year, which projects you've worked on. You can see how many days you worked on them. You can see how many stitches you've got in. And if you are tracking stitches, it'll tell you the projected date when you're going to finish it. I know everybody loves that. There's a few other apps that do that. Those are so fun because you can kind of see like, okay, based on my pace, it does a pace. So it'll do like an average number of stitches per session or per amount of time. So you can kind of track your pace. So many good features. And I mean, if he continues working on it and adding more features, it's just amazing. It's great the way it is. It's got the charts and graphs. It's got bar charts. It's got line charts. It's for those of you who like to track all those data points. If you're data people and you like to keep track of that, I think it's going to be helpful for me, mainly just because it'll help me know what days I worked on different things, when I start something. And then when I'm doing my FlossTube videos, I can go back and look and see what I worked on. So I think that's going to be great. Check it out. Honestly, I mean, if you have Apple devices, an iPad or an iPhone, or go get it. It's totally worth it to track your projects on. So wanted to talk a little bit about that. I want to talk about a few. I already talked about Erin from Stitches and Clicks. Check her out. She works on beautiful things, but I mean, I talked to you because her and I are both working on Teresa Wentzler's Noah's Ark. Kira Lee Campbell is also somebody I've been watching for a while. She's from Australia, and she stitches heaven and earth designs, and she's currently working on Cathedral Woods Goddess from Mirabilia. You gotta go check out her video and see her progress on it. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I also wanted to mention, so here's somebody I've been watching for a couple of years. Her name is Deb, and her channel name is Science Knitster. She's Science Knitster on YouTube and on and on Instagram. And she has a gorgeous sampler finish in her last video. I think it was her last video. I don't think she's done another video. Maybe she's done another video. Anyway, she has a gorgeous sampler finish that you have to see. It's absolutely amazing. She also has a series that she's working on called Animals in Dresses. They're so adorable, absolutely adorable. And I started watching her a couple of years ago when I was thinking about doing Stitch Mania. I was thinking about doing Mermania and just doing mermaids I'm calling it Mermania. So when I had been researching to see if anyone else was doing Mermania, she came up. Her channel came up and she was doing mermaids. So she's really into mermaids. So go and check out Deb's channel. She's awesome. I also want to mention a YouTuber. She's only got a couple, like 3 videos out. She has taken some breaks from FlossTube, but she stitches like crazy in between when she's taking breaks. Her name is Rosbell. That's not really her name. Her name is Emily, but her channel name is Rosbell. I think she says you call her Ross. But she does lots of full coverage, and she does Gecko Rouge. She's working on The Gamer by Medusa, what is it? Dollmaker. Medusa Dollmaker. That's one that, the Gamer Nouveau, that's one that I've always had on my list of, like, if I ever do a Gecko Rouge kit, that's probably the one that I would get. I think it's really fun. And she's made a ton of progress on her projects this year. She just put a video out within the last few weeks and kind of caught up on all the things that she's been working on. And then the last one that I want to mention, her name is Debbie, and her channel is Veil the Stitcher. And she works on Heaven and Earth designs and Mirabilias. What particularly caught my interest was one of her videos where she's showing her Heaven and Earth design I'll put the name of the pattern here because I can't remember it. I'm sorry, I have fog brain still and I can't remember things and I didn't write it down. But she had one of the full coverage Heaven and Earth designs that I'm also working on, and she has so much progress done on it. I mean, I've barely started and she's already like so much of it done. So anyway, check out her channel. She's got about 12 videos out now. And she's really fun to watch. So those are some of the shout outs that I wanted to do. Also, I was kind of embarrassed in my last video because I was searching for a Teresa Wentzler book that I thought I bought, that I thought I had, that I couldn't find. So I've given that extensive thought and I've come to the conclusion that I don't own that book. The Best of Teresa Wentzler Christmas Patterns, I don't own it. I know I've looked at it online probably about 1,000 times, which is probably why I thought I had it, because I probably at one time thought maybe I would get it. So I was out searching again. I'm like, okay, I don't have it. Should I go get it? And I looked at it again and I just couldn't pull the trigger on it. I think I've got a couple of the patterns in leaflet form that are in the book, and I just couldn't pull the trigger on it and buy it. I don't know why. It's a great book. It's got beautiful patterns, and I think I keep telling myself I have way too many Teresa Wentzler designs that I already want to stitch. I don't need to go get any more. But then I saw some other stuff while I was searching for that book on eBay. I found a couple of other books by her that I'm like, okay, I have to have those. I don't know what goes through my brain when I make these decisions, but I'll show you what I got. The first one I got was, if I can find it, it is the Teresa Wentzler, the Best of Teresa Wentzler sampler collection. And I'm not even big into samplers, but this one has so many designs that I love. It's got, and I'll show you what it has in it. It's got Harvest Sampler. I think that's the one that's on the front. So Harvest Sampler. It has Camelot Sampler, which is one that, if you guys follow, what's her name? I'll put her name on the screen. She has done this one before, and I fell in love with it, and I had not seen it in leaflet form on eBay. I'd looked a few times and then just stopped looking for it. But anyway, this is in the book, so because of that one, I had to have it. Fantasy Sampler, of course, like, what better reason to buy the book except for this one alone? I mean, the dragon, look at the dragon. So gorgeous. I just love that one. And the person that's sitting with them playing the instrument, I mean, oh, so beautiful. And then it's got English Cottage Sampler, which is one that I've always wanted to do. Once I saw, actually, Brian from Blitz Stitch, I think he's got, if he's not already working on this, I think he's planning to. I think he might have already started it. Did he start this one? I know he did this English garden sampler, and he finished this one, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So that one's in here too. I mean, look at so many beautiful patterns in this one. I had to have this one. I just did. The birth announcement is in this one with the angels. They're so pretty. I actually don't mind the faces in this one either. Like, so I've mentioned in the last time, sometimes I don't like Teresa Wentzler's faces. I don't dislike them, but they're just not always my preference with the detail. But these ones, I think she did a really good job on the angels' faces. And then there's Christmas sampler, which is so pretty. I mean, look at the bows here at the top. The alphabet letters are so beautifully charted. And then, of course, I mean, amazing. The horse with the sleigh, the woman in the tree. And then wedding sampler, which I already have in leaflet format, but it's in here again. So I might go ahead and just do a giveaway sometime and give away my my leaflet of the wedding sampler. And the last one is called the heart sampler. And this has a bunch of specialty stitches and lots of fabric cutting, which I'm not super comfortable with. I'm gonna have to practice before I do something like that. Not that I don't think it's beautiful, but I cutting fabric and then making sure it doesn't come unraveled scares me a little bit. So yeah. So heart hanger, that's what it's called, heart hanger, when you cut the threads and you do like, yeah. So that's the book that I ended up getting instead of the one I thought I had that I didn't have and I still don't have. That's what I got instead. I also couldn't find my treetop sampler. I have looked everywhere for that one, and I know I have that. That one I know I have because I have a working copy that's in my stash that's ready to go, kitted up. But I couldn't find the original, and I'm not someone who likes to have a working copy if I don't have the original. I know I had it at one time. I wouldn't have been able to have my working copy, so I went ahead and purchased it again because, again, I'm not going to have a working copy of something if I don't own the original. I don't do the copyright infringement stuff. It's not my style, so I went ahead and got that again. I think I must have lent it to somebody because I know I had it. But I must have lent it to somebody. But anyway, I have it again. Whoever has it, I don't remember who has it or who borrowed it, they can keep it. And then the last one that I got when I was perusing Teresa Wentzler's was the Storyteller, because I absolutely love the dragons and I didn't have this one. So yeah, I just love the pensive look of the dragon, how he's like, he's being told a story and he's just like attentive with his like, not his hand, what do you call that, his foot, his front foot, just like propping his chin up as he listens. I think that's so pretty. So I got that one. And when I bought that one, the person that I bought it from on eBay stuck in a freebie, and it's a Dreamscape series. It's Diamond Rocking Horse, and put it in for free, which I thought was so nice. I mean, I love the horses. I love the carousel horses, and the rocking horses are also very, very pretty. So those are my Teresa Wentzler purchases. I'm already into purchases. I guess maybe I'll go through a few other things that I got. I got some fabric. I got a full yard of Antique White 25 count Lugana because you never know when you're going to want to start something. Speaking of starts, I was talking to a stitchy friend yesterday. We were chatting and she was like, I'm not going to do any new starts in 2023. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I could do that. And I got thinking about it and I'm like, I really don't need to do any starts in 2023. So I'm thinking I might do a no new starts next year. Maybe get a few more starts out of the way between now and the end of the year and just have a few more things started, and then next year just do no new starts. And that's, I don't know how long I can keep that up because I started doing that this year. At the beginning of the year I wasn't doing any new starts and that didn't last very long, a couple months. But I think I might try that again. So my motto now is no starts for me in 2023. So if I might do like a little hashtag of like no starts for me in 2023 and track my progress. I've got enough on the go. Like, yeah, I see bright new shiny patterns and think, oh, I gotta start that one too, and I don't really need to start that. But you know, we all feel it. We feel the pull of starting something new, and there's that excitement. And I think for me, going through my whips that I already have and pulling one out that I've already started is just as exciting. It's like, oh, look, I haven't worked on this one in a while. Why can't I have that kind of excitement for one that I already started? So that's, I think, what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to try and do no starts 2023. So don't hold me to it. Do not hold me to it. I don't know that I will be able to do it, but I'm going to start the year that way. So another find to add to my collection is I found a copy of Nora Corbett Bluebell, which is out of print this year. It was only just this year in 2022 that this one went out of print, and there was a mad rush where people were trying to find it and they couldn't find it. I finally found it. So now I have all of the Nora Corbett. I don't have all the Nora Corbett charts. I wasn't about to say that. I don't have all her charts, but I have all of the ones that are out of print. So there's only 5. I think there's only 5. Are there any new ones that are out of print? Does anyone know? There's only the 5 that I know of. Tiger Lily, Bluebell, the Dragonflies. What else is there? I think there's only, I don't know. If anybody knows if there's any other ones that are out of print, please let me know. But what was nice about this one is it came with the bead pack too. So it came with the chart and the bead pack. So that one's ready to go. Other than fabric. I'm not sure what fabric I would do it on. So that was another purchase this month. Sorry if I clear my throat a little bit. I also got the latest Mirabilia patterns because I didn't have them. I got, sorry, MD 182, which is T. I think that is so cute. And I thought this one would go really nice with, if they were stitched and hung next to each other, is it under the tree? What is that one? Not Ring Around the Rose Tree. There's another one. I'll put it, if I can find the picture of it, of the one I'm thinking of, I'll put it up here on the screen next to this one. I think they would look really, really cute stitched side by side. 2 little girls, and then the 2 girls, it's almost like the same 2 that are grown up. I think that would be really pretty. So I got that one. And I also got Lavender Mist, which is MD 183. And there is now another one, the Portrait Queen, MD 184, that has been released in October. I don't have that one yet, but I'm at least caught up with my collection with these 2 because I had missed getting them over the summer when I lost my stitchy bug and I wasn't stitching. So now I have those 2. And let's see, what else did I get? I picked up this little kit, and it's called, I think it's called Dashing Through the Snow. I got this because I love the little red truck. I thought it was so cute. And it came with the hoop to finish it in, and it came with everything. When I ordered it, it was on 123 Stitch, and it just popped up in the list. And I was ordering something else, so I was like, oh, that's so cute. I thought it was just the pattern. And then when I got it, I was pleased to see, oh, look, it's the whole kit. It's not just the pattern. So I think I might stitch that one up over the holidays. I think it's really pretty. And I got some specialty threads. Grecian Gold. I had not been able to get that for quite a long time. It finally popped up and said, oh, Grecian Gold is available now, so I went ahead and got it. This is the one that's in the Swan from the A Year in the Woods series. And I finished the Fox earlier this year, and I haven't done any of the other 11 in the series. Number 12 just came out, and I got that one as well. So I have all of the patterns now, but this is the reindeer. It is so pretty. So I really want to stitch this one. So I have the fabric for it. I don't know if I have the, do I have the specialty threads? I think I might have ordered the specialty threads. Right? Yes, I did. I ordered the chalk and the bright leaf specialty threads that go with it. So this is chalk from Simply Shaker, the Gentle Art. And then I got a couple of other threads. One is called White Lightning, and the other one is called Bright Leaf. And Bright Leaf is the other one that's used in the reindeer pattern. The Bright Leaf, or not the Bright Leaf, the White Lightning thread, this one that's kind of like grays and whites, is to go with another pattern that I ordered called Give Greatly by Silver Creek Samplers. Look at that pattern. Isn't it so adorable? Okay, multiple reasons why this is the cutest pattern ever. First of all, I love snowmen. So I love snowmen. That's like awesome. Then this little bunny with the sweater. Look at the little sweater. Isn't that just adorable? And I love what it says. It says, your greatness is not in what you have, but what you give. And I almost teared up a little bit when I saw this on, I had to get it because I'm thinking like, here's this little bunny and he's got his stash of carrots, which he eats for food, right? That's what he's gonna eat. And he gave one away to the snowman so the snowman could have a nose. Isn't that like adorable? Do you not want to just cry a little bit at how sweet that is? I don't know. And then the little heart there. I had to have this pattern, and I'm going to try and stitch it over the holidays. It's so, so cute. It's like the spirit of giving. It's the spirit of the season. I fell in love with it. I had to have it. And I got the fabric for it too. And this one, I didn't go with a fancy fabric or anything. I ended up getting it's Aida fabric, or Aida. People call it Aida, however you pronounce it. But I ended up getting some 18 count vintage country mocha. Because lately I've been really feeling like stitching on Aida, especially when I've been working on the dimensions kit. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I realize how much I've missed working on Aida here and there. I like linens, I like Evenweaves, I like Lugana, I like Aida, I like all of it. So this is what I got the vintage country mocha to do this, and I think that's what it's called for too. So it says it's, what is it called for? 18 count Aida vintage country mocha. Yeah, I went with the called for. So I think that'll be really cute. So those were purchases. And I think the only other things that I got this past month, I found some kits locally at a craft store. I think it was at Hobby Lobby. I don't know about you guys. Joann's, Michael's, even Hobby Lobby don't carry very much cross stitch at all. At least here in my area where I live in the Midwest, you can barely find anything other than DMC floss, maybe some anchor threads. They just don't carry a lot of supplies anymore. They used to carry leaflets and books and all kinds of stuff, and I just don't see it anymore. But I did see these kits at Hobby Lobby. So there's a Dimensions Gold Collection Petites called Believe in Santa. So I found that one. And coming up on the Christmas season, I thought that was really cute. And the other one that I got was called Winter Cabin. It's another Dimensions Gold Collection kit. And if I can not get too much glare. There. I think that's really, really pretty. I love the cabin and the stream, and there's a cardinal in there and the deer family. So, and those are my purchases. Also wanted to show you something really cute that I found at an antique store. Just absolutely adorable. Not really stitching related, but I thought it was so adorable. It's a calendar from 1893 from Hood's Sarsaparilla. I've heard it pronounced sarsaparilla, and I've heard it pronounced sarsaparilla. It has an R, S-A-R, so I guess technically it should be sarsaparilla. Anyway, pronounce it how you might, but it's from Hood's Sarsaparilla, and it's called The Young Discoverers. And these little kids, look at the little children. Aren't they just adorable? I think they're so precious. If this was a cross-stitch chart, I would stitch it in a heartbeat. It is so adorable. Young Discoverers. So cute. And it actually has like the calendar also on the back, and it's all like laminated. So it's like an original calendar from 1893, which is also pretty cool. But I'm going to leave it in the plastic wrap, but I thought I'd just like prop it up somewhere on my shelves, or they're just so adorable. They're so cute. So there's this this one other thing that I got at an antique store, I put it on my Instagram channel. It's this tiny little cat tin. Look at that. Isn't that precious? It's this tiny little cat tin, and it opens, and I thought what I might do is glue a little magnet in here. I don't know if it'll work. Maybe along the side, or just put some kind of a magnet and then store my needles in it when I travel so that the little needles will, I don't know. I just think it's so cute. And it looks like it was from some kind of like cat treats or something, because it has like a little can of cat food on the back. It has, look, it even has little paw prints on the bottom. When I read it's like the fine print on it, it said something about, what was it? A hunky-dory design by Dana Kubik. And it says made in England, 1986. So, I don't know. I just think it's adorable. So, I'm going to find some kind of stitching notion, and it's going to travel with me to stitch retreats, which I'm so excited. I have 2 in 2023 that I'm going to go to. I've never been to a stitching retreat. I went to Needlework Galleria only just as a shopper because I live close to St. Charles, which is where it was held in September. I didn't stay there, didn't like at the hotel. I didn't like do any of the stitching rooms or anything like that. I just went to shop. But next year I'm actually traveling to 2 retreats. So the first one I'm going to is the May weekend of Stitch North, which is up in Ontario, just outside of Toronto area. So I'm going to be going to that one, which I'm super excited about. And then the second one I'm going to is the Queen City Stitch Retreat in October, first weekend in October in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is the Mirabilia themed retreat. So excited about that one too. I was so lucky that I was able to get a spot. I signed up the first 24 hours, so I got in the lottery and managed to get a spot. So super excited about that one too. So I think that's all my news. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else. Let me check my notes. Oh, it's not it. I also wanted to thank all of the people who have told me about a new cross stitch store that opened in Farmington, Missouri called Stitch Etc. And it's open in Farmington, Missouri, which is about an hour and a half from where I live. So not that far. I mean, I could go and take a Saturday and drive down. In fact, the proper stitcher is planning to be there on Saturday, December 3rd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and she's going to be working with the shop owners. They're doing ornament finishing. So if you happen to be in the area, or it's not too far for you to travel, then Stitch Etc. is going to do that on Saturday, December 3rd. I'm hoping to go. I contacted Corinne from Corey Creates, and I know she's like super busy over the next couple months with some stuff going on, so I don't know if she'll be able to come with me, but at some point her and I are going to do a road trip, and we're going to go down and see the store. So if I don't go with her on Saturday, December 3rd, I might still try and go, but if I can't, then eventually I'll make my way down there. So thank you to all of you who told me about the store. I'm super excited about having one that's like less than 2 hours from my house, because most of the stores, I think, that are near me, the closest ones, there's one in Kansas City, which is 4 hours. There's one in, someone else told me about the one in Branson. That's about 3.5 hours from me. And then there's, what else is there? There's some in Chicago. There's some others in Illinois. They're all like roughly 5 hours from me, 4 to 5 hours. So this is nice to have one that's only an hour and a half. So excited. I'll let you guys know if I get down there and maybe get some pictures of the store and see if they let me, if they're okay with that, and post them here on the channel so you can see what the store looks like. Okay, I have one last thing. You guys know, you're waiting. It's probably why half of you are here, and you're probably fast forwarding through all the chatting just for this one part. So now I have the giveaway winner for, in my last video I was doing a giveaway because I reached 3,000 subscribers. Actually wasn't quite at 3,000 the last time that I did the video, but you guys brought my subscriber count up over 3,000. So thank you all for subscribing and for your interest in winning the Santa Stamp out of print Dimensions Gold Collection Kit. So I'm going to do the drawing for that right now. So I had asked you guys to put Christmas in the comments, the word Christmas in the comment of my last video, and then anyone who put that in the comment will be entered into winning. So I'm going to pull up the video now and the random comment picker. All right, so it looks like I have 177 people who commented and left the word Christmas in the video. So I'm going to go ahead and run the random comment picker right now. I've got it here. I'm just going to hit start and we're going to see who is the winner. This is the winner. It is Leslie and Bob Maxwell. And congratulations. I'm assuming it might be Leslie Maxwell. I don't know, maybe it's Bob. Whoever submitted the comment, I will leave a comment on your comment. Oh, it is Leslie. Let me read the comment. It says, really enjoy watching your videos. I do hope your work situation resolves itself and you can concentrate on your stitching. I really love Christmas. Happy stitching, Leslie. So congratulations, Leslie. If I'll comment on your comment, and if you can send me your mailing address so that I can mail it to you. I'll put my email up here on the screen. It's needleberries@gmail.com, and get me your sorry, I still have fog brain. So please email me your mailing address and I'll get this dropped in the mail as soon as possible. I will try my best to do it within the next week. I feel bad because the last giveaway that I did, I was a little bit late getting that mailed out because I went through the whole COVID thing and lockdown, and that wasn't the only reason. I was just didn't get to the post office very timely. So, but I will try and get this mailed out as soon as I possibly can so that you get it in time and maybe can enjoy stitching on it before Christmas. So thank you to all of you who watch my videos and subscribe and leave comments. I just very, very grateful for all of you I mean, November for me being U.S. Thanksgiving to celebrate, I'm trying to focus on gratitude this month. And I'm very grateful for all of you who support my channel. I'm grateful for the friends that I've made. All of you are so dear to me. Thank you for everything. And I'll try and come back again, if not in the next couple weeks. It's probably I'm probably not going to come back probably till the end of the month, probably after Thanksgiving. After I have a little bit of stitching actually completed so that I have something to show to you. So it'll probably be more of a end of November video just to do a November wrap up. And now that I've got Brian Blitzstitch's cross stitch journal app, it'll be so much more organized for me to walk through the stuff that I've worked on, and I'll know how much time I spent working on things, and I think that'll be kind of fun to share that with you. So thank you all and have a wonderful month, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.